Hi everyone, my name is Phyllis and I'm the owner of Moody Quilting Fabrics. And today I want to do a little tutorial on how I do my flying geese to make this little tiny star. So look how tiny that is. Isn't that adorable? And these little guys here is what I'm going to show you first how to make. And then I'll explain how to do the rest of it, okay? Quickly. Because today it's all about a flying geese ruler sets and how to make these little triangles, these flying geese, sorry. So the first thing I wanted to do is show you these rulers and talk about these rulers. So these are a quilt in a day ruler, and this one and this one are sold separately, and these two here, these two, can you see that? Yeah, you can. So these two plus this little square is sold in a mini ruler set together. So we are going to work with this tiny little one. And each ruler, I didn't mention, each ruler does two sizes. This one has this big one, that's the full size of the ruler, plus this little one over here. This one shows you this little one and this one. Substantially different sizes, substantially different. Okay? And then this set, this mini ruler set, comes with two, so you have four sizes, but smaller. So you have two here on number 1, and you have two on number 2. And these are numbered, these ones are numbered 1 and 2. Now this 2.5 fussy cutting one only fits the larger flying geese unit. Okay, it only fits this unit. So today we're going to make this little block. We're going to work with this little tiny one right here. This little tiny one right here. Now the instructions are all in this booklet that comes with the rulers, but I'm going to quickly show you the steps of how to get to that, and then I'm going to show you how I put them together. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is choose your fabrics, and you're going to cut this based on the instructions in the booklet. You're going to cut this a certain size and this a certain size, and they explain that all in the book. Okay, and then you're going to draw a line diagonally one way, and you're going to sew on both sides. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to cut these pieces. Let me cut this one apart so I can show you what they look like after they've been cut apart and what to do with them. So you're going to cut on the line, and then you're going to iron it like that. So let me get these ironed. And I'm going to get this one. Now I iron so the seam allowance goes towards the darker of the two fabrics. And there's a reason for that. In this case, it goes towards the larger of the two triangles. Then you're going to take your triangles, and you're going to have the dark fabric here, the white here, and then you're going to take the white of the other triangle, and you're going to match it up. You're going to just match it up there, and then you're going to draw another line diagonally this way, not this way, through the seams. And that's going to look like that. And as you see, there's the white, that's the big triangle, there's the big triangle, there's the white. And then we're going to cut this apart. Now, those two squares that we started with, the large and the smaller one, gives you 4 flying geese for each one. Okay, so now we have it apart. Now this is a trick, because we need to make sure that these seams, this seam across here, irons towards the dark side from both. But look, we have a white here and we have a white here. And then when we open it, it has to iron towards the dark. This has to iron this way and this has to iron that way. So we're going to put a little clip. We're going to take our scissors, and between these two seams, this one here and this one, we're going to go ahead and just clip, not quite to the stitching, but almost to the stitching. And then now we've opened that up. Now let me just move this out of the way because I want you to see this. Now we've opened that up. And we're going to iron towards the dark. And let me do the other one, or I'm going to show you that again. We're going to clip between this seam, this seam, and this seam. Okay, we're going to clip between this seam and this seam here. Okay, so I'm going to take the scissors. I feel this seam here, and we're going to clip in the middle between them. So we have this opened up. Okay, and I'm going to now go ahead and iron them again, this one. Now this is from the same square. You get, like I said, you get 4 flying geese. And it doesn't matter what size you do, you get 4 flying geese. So here we are with these 2 pieces. They're kind of weird looking, right? So now this is where this ruler comes in. This ruler right here comes in. So these lines here, this is the side that we want. So these lines here, these red lines, is what is going to go over the white. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So we're going to line the red into this triangle, and then we're going to cut, and don't go all the way because you need to use this to catch your other triangle. Okay, so I'm going to put that away. I'm going to turn my thing. I'm going to make sure everything's lined up. And I'm going to cut this off. And now I'm going to turn and line up the raw edge, this red line here. That red line there. Okay, can you see that? This red line here, we're going to line it up with the top. We're going to line that red line up to this section right here. Okay? I hope you can see this. Okay, and then we have, what I do is I make sure these edges are lined, but this green line is going to go right into between this triangle and this triangle. And we're going to just go ahead and cut off the excess. And there's one of us. Then we're going to flip to the other side. Remember, we cut this one and from here, and now we're going to cut this one. So the red lines will line up into those ditches of the flying geese, and then we're going to cut off that. We're going to turn it, make sure the red is lined up again. Everything's lined up properly, and we're going to go ahead and cut. And then we're going to turn the ruler, we're going to turn the ruler, and we're going to line up the red line with the top of the star points. I'm going to call them star points. And then we're going to take off the excess of that. That's 2 down. 2 down. Well, there it is. I keep turning we're going to show you that again. So we have, oh, this is not ironed very nicely. So I'm going to fix the ironing on this one. There we go. That's much better. Much better. So we're going to line up the red in the ditches of the white. There we go. And then we're going to turn this. I'm going to reline up the red, making sure the raw edges, are all done, all lined up. And then we're going to cut that off. We're going to turn the ruler and line up the red line along this raw edge right here. We also line up these two edges along the edge of the piece that we just cut, and we cut off the excess. Oops, it shifts, so you got to hold it. And there we go. There's another one done. And one more. Like I said, 2 squares will give you 4 flying geese units. So these little guys are quite easy to cut and make. It doesn't take very long to make a whole bunch of these. Okay, and then we turn the ruler, we line the red up, the red line of the small triangle up along the raw edge of this end, and then we cut off the excess of the white. And there's our 4 flying geese. And this is all ready. Now you could choose to have a colored one here and whites there. You can do it however you want, depending on what your project or idea is. Now I'm going to show you how to put, what I do to put these together. These are very small pieces. These little pieces here go on, so we have 4 little corner squares and we have a center. So these will go on either side, like that, and then we have a white, a white, a white, and a white. Now, to get this to be sewn together nicely, and I don't have to square this up, it's already squared up, it looks perfect, and how to get it to that point. This is what I do. I use, and I've shown this in the other videos, the Acorn precision piecing technique. Okay? And I'm just going to show you how I work it. I'm not going to go and sew anything together. I'm just going to show you how it works. So I need to sew this piece to this piece, but I don't want to just go to the sewing machine. I don't want to do that because it can shift as you push it through the machine. So I'm just going to temporarily glue using the Acorn precision glue, and then I'm going to just glue this piece, making sure it's all square, and I hit it with an iron quickly to heat it up. Then I would go to the sewing machine and sew that edge down. I would do that with all of these pieces. I would do that with all these pieces, and the reason why I use this is because these pieces are tiny and there's not a lot to be able to hold them in place while you push them through the machine. So, and then I would do the same thing here. I would go to the sewing machine, sew a 1/4 inch like normal, and then I would iron the seams according to the pattern. And then I would go and do the other side. And let me just iron this quickly. And there you are. So I would go to the machine and sew these, and then that would be this side, and I would do the same thing with the blocks on this side. So that's how I sew. I use the Quilt in a Day Flying Geese units. And I used, to make this tiny one, I used the number 2 in the mini ruler set. And yeah, you can find them. Right now I'm sold out because they are popular. But you can email me and let me know if you're interested and put a deposit down, or however we decide to work it. And that's it. A cute little block. And like I said, you can make this star block any size, because these are sold, this and this are sold separate. Okay, this and this, these two and this are sold as a set called the mini ruler set. 2 mini geese rulers and a 2.5 fussy cut ruler. So that goes all in here. They all came together. I think they were like that. Okay, so they all come together with an instruction book and details. These ones also come with not a booklet, but instructions. Yes, it is. Actually, it is a little booklet. It's, well, not quite, but all the instructions are there to be able to do them. And this one makes 2 by 4, 4 by 8. And this one makes 1.5 by 3 and 3 by 6. And this one makes 1 by 2 or 2 by 4. And this little one that we did is 3 1/4 by 1.5. And it has 1.5 by 3. And this one has 1 by 2 and 2 by 4. So there is lots to choose from. You don't have to do the tiny ones, but the method is the same regardless of what size you're doing. So I hope this was fun. I will see you in the next tutorial, and I keep trying to come up with ideas that are fast and easy to do for tutorials. And if you like what you see and you want to see more of these, subscribe below and ring the little bell so you're notified when a new video is uploaded. So happy quilting, everybody. See you next time. Bye bye.